Hello and welcome back guys with another build. Today we'll be looking at another build. We have reached 500 subscribers. Please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. If you have any questions, please look into the timestamps. And if you have any questions, please leave in the comments. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Alright, let's get a look into the build. First thing first, it is a trap build. You will need to get +1 trap count into your weapons. You need both of them to have max trap count. Okay, I'll change that out for another max trap count on the authority helmet. You can get another one right there. So take a look at that. The armor has the +4, so you need the +4 skill level. The more attack speed you have, the better. Um, it's faster to set the traps, the faster you attack. And the charms, we're gonna be talking about the charms for this build. Now, the charms that you will need is going to be Caster, Leo, Elisa, and Marasati. Okay. Mirazati, it is a cold build. It is a cold build, so you need all four of this for your skill to have maximized charms damage. Alright, this is what I have. It's complete opposite, so I'm only getting Caster and Leo um, for the damage buff for blessings. So make sure you guys have Caster, Leo, Elisa, okay, Elisa area damage, and Maserati is cold. Okay, that's the charm, that's the gear, and now the relics. So I went for Sepdar, and then I went for Elisa to get the trap, rune level, air effect, and damage. Then I have Aquilia. Aquilia give the cold penetration. Lastly, Burrow for HP. And then now these mastery. Mastery will be gear crit damage amp right there. And potions, all potions to the last one. Okay. And now we look into Zodiac. So Zodiac, I went for the first one, and then the cold on the second, and then projectile, right? Projectile damage amp right there, and then the area damage here on leaf, right? And area effect, and then I took all 13 traps on mist, and then I took on the uh, laughter. I went for all the yellow nodes, okay, for traps. And then I went here for the projectile amp damage area amp right there. And then I went here for dust. And then I went here for cold. Okay. You guys can play around with the build. You can probably go the dual wield right here. It could be stronger. But then you give up on all this range cooldown on trap speed, right? So it matters too. You get max count there and then simultaneous there, right? Because the skill itself is only one trap, so you gotta increase the max trap count. You want to get it to the six to highest as you can. Um, and then specialize all area damage right here, right here. Alright, now we go to the skill breakdown. Skill breakdown. Uh, the activated trap, you gotta awaken the source. Once it becomes source, it become a aura and a seal. So your traps get damage. At the same time, it reduce your resource and resource cost right there. Okay. seal element domain, crowd, seal crit, movement penetration slash, seal element domain, seal condense element source. I went for release element, right? And then I went for tenace, counter attack, and then area electric area for shock. And then the skill electric area I have mana outburst, continuous shock, air effect, and dampening resource. And the skill is frost shock. Frost shock trap, frost trap. Sorry, frost trap linked with frost shock. Okay, frost trap. It is a area effect, trap, cold, and penetrate and projectile. So you can have four tags. Like I said, you have Caster, Elisa, Maserati, and Leo. So you get all the blessing amps on this. Um, and then the awaken I would take is the source. So I get projectile count, air effect, and cold amp 6%, which is the best one in my opinion for damage. You don't want to take the area effect on the bottom because you cannot use it. Okay, um, so there we go. Because when you use the trap master, which is the area effect of trap, uh, which is the rune, is much more better than the awaken of the origin. Okay, so it's not if you want to play area effect, then don't awaken source origin. You want to go source to get the plus projectile count. Okay. All right. I gotta go and spin this. We gotta fix this real quick so then you guys can see the potential. So a few things when you're playing traps, um, you cannot use SmartCast. That's the one issue with traps is that you cannot use SmartCasting. Okay. Okay. You cannot use SmartCasting due to the reason that you have to cast it yourself with the right click uh, mouse on your mouse, or you do it with your hand when you play on mobile. So that's the only downfall of traps. So and then the runes I have is increase trap install distance. So this will get you get the legendary effect trap damage amp, which is the only rune that have trap damage amp. Um, and the awaken would be the origin, so you get more trap damage amp. Okay, right there. You can try to use source or verity, which then you can stand far away, but try to take as much damage as you can. The 4% trap damage amp is very good. Okay, so there's that, and then random multi trap. So this what this does is it reduces the uh, dampening every time you level up. So if this was max leveled, you would have uh, you would have 17% dampening, which is better than 50% dampening. So the more you level, the less dampening it is. So it reduces the damage of the skill, but you get to put um, the same six amount of traps. So instead of going one by one, this time you're gonna do all of it at once. Okay, you get to do all of it at once. Um, you can then go if you have more count, you would then go source, which is the best one. If you are cap on count as much as you can already, you then want to do origin. But the first one is the ideal one, so then you can set all six or all seven or all eight at once. Okay, so that's the idea. And then the projectile multi-shot, the trap projectile. So this increased the projectile of the skill which then does more damage. And then it gives you range as well. So detection range means the circle on the traps it gets bigger. So when monster come close or if monster are nearby, then the trap will ignite, right? So the range matters All right. Sorry. Welcome back. So another thing is, another rune is the amplified trap damage, and the awaken for projectile multi-shot would be. Um, so the projectile would be source. I would go source. Uh, every seconds you crit, you get 20% damage. Plus they give you trap count. Okay, projectile count. So that can go up from instead of 9 to go to 10. Okay, and then the next one is the amplified trap damage. So this is kind of like strike for trap. So basically it reduce speed, attack speed, and trap damage, and speed and trap damage, and attack speed. Sorry, and trap install speed. It reduces it, like kind of like attack speed and cast speed, kind of. So you get a lot of damage amp, right? But you are getting a ton of reduction, and the best one is the source. Okay, that's 5%. That's really good. And then Mana Storm, and then I have a spell on attack. So what I trigger is Frost Shock. Um, and then Frost Shock, I awaken Verity, which give me area effect and then increased damage versus cold and damage who are not froze or cold status. So this give a lot of area damage, area effect to the skill. So I can just remove concentrated if I don't want damage. I then put it in more area effect, right? So area effect would be 900. Okay, so you can do that as well. Okay. Um, so if you want more damage, concentrate it. If you don't, then put area effect. And then strike, how many in uh, elemental amp. Okay. So there's that, and then there's the runes here. And then now we're gonna go test this out with mapping. Make sure everything's buff. Oh, one more thing. So this activate traps. So what it does is it automatically traps all within aura range will activate right away. So it's good idea to be on top of your traps so that it activates right away. So it doesn't need the duration, right? So it takes away the duration and activates your traps right away. All right. So as you can see, once you lay it down, you just run to it and it'll just proct, right? If there's no monster, it'll just proct. So you try to be tanky as you can. Try to captain all your resist and armor. So when you can just do with the aura is you just run through, and then monster will just get procced, right? So you see how big the frost shock is. Once the trap is procced, the frost shock is also procced, which then increase the damage a little bit and clear the maps really fast. It's one of those builds that people haven't played much on it. Um, some people played the fire version months ago, but due to the fact that it got nerfed, lots of people not playing it as much. So what I would do, I would just set traps, and then I just walk into the aura of activate traps, the ignites, and I would just proc all the traps at once. Um, so then you can do like a burst. And then a monster that's like or rare or magic, I just throw down the electric area, and I would just boost my damage a little bit more due to shock effect. So the trap distance is this circle on the ground. As you can see how big that trap size is. So the better area effect, the better. So the trap size will increase the detonation range. So that way you don't have to be so close. There's that. Try out the build. Let me know what you guys think. Leave in the comments, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. I'm trying to reach that 1,000 subscriber, guys. I much appreciate it. Leave your questions in the comments. Please check the details for all the timestamps I'll be putting in. Thank you so much for all the subscribe, guys, and support. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you.